Hey everybody, what's going on? Eric here, and I'm kind of going through my eBay watch list and kind of like getting rid of everything that I passed up on or passed me up as far as bids go. Just got an email from the bid that I won of all of these StewMac tools and parts for building guitars. I got an email from the bid that I did win today, and the guy said he's going to ship things out on Monday, so hopefully that works out pretty good. So this is all the crap that I ended up winning for 200 bucks. Now here is a 2-way truss rod. There's some fret wire here, not sure what kind. The guy put a lot of this stuff in the description, but didn't go into details about it. Underneath the fret wire there is a crowning tool, a StewMac crowning tool, which I know is about like 79 bucks from StewMac by itself. A bunch of nut files, which those are kind of costly, they're pretty expensive. Then there is what looks like the same crowning tool that I use, which is a triangle file, a 3-sided file, which I can always use another one of those. Some pickup rings, shallower roller bridge. Got some templates for doing the routing for bass pickups, which is kind of nice, and they still have the paper on them. 3 EMG pickups, which I'm not too sure. Again, he didn't put them in the description of what they were as far as pickups go. He just said EMGs. On the bottom over here, underneath the EMG pickup boxes, there are 2 aluminum. I'm thinking that those are for marking your fretboard, so you know where to cut for your frets, and they say StewMac on them, so I know those aren't cheap. A couple of StewMac routing blocks, or not routing blocks, radius blocks, sorry. Looks like here there is a fret saw. Above the radius blocks, it looks like that there are some blank nuts, which is cool. I can use those. There's a shitload of locking tuners here, and then across from the locking tuners, right by the templates, there are more tuners, and I kind of zoomed in as far as I can get before you start pixelating really, really bad, and it looks like those are locking tuners as well. A couple of radius gauges, and there's some other stuff over here that says StewMac on that I can't quite make out. Looks like there are some fret markers here. Some of the what the hell are those things called again? String ferrules. And I'm not too sure what else is here. Some books. So this was all for 200 bucks that I won the bid for, and I'm kind of excited because some of this stuff I can use, and having these books here too will kind of come in handy if one of them says maybe guitar finishing step by step. Yeah, that's what it looks like, and I'm not too sure what the other 2 books say on them, but yeah, so this will be really interesting to have. I don't know what some of this stuff is that's in this pile, and I won't know until I get the whole lot of it, but yeah, it's pretty cool. So what's been going on over here? Not too much. As you can probably see, there's a headstock in the way over here. I got the Ibanez in its case for right now. I'm running low on rubbing compound, especially the cutting cream, that's the one that I use first to get rid of all the scratches that the sandpaper has left behind. And then I'll use the number 2, which is a machine polish, and then there's a number 3, which is kind of like a hand glaze or polishing glaze. That I use the New Finish Scratch Doctor as the polishing glaze. That works out pretty good. So what I'm going to end up doing is bringing it in the garage and then using using my little buffer to get things done. So in the meanwhile, what I kind of figured I would start doing is I had the one Chibson hanging on the wall that was bone stock. So what I ended up doing is basically taking off the plastic nut and putting a tusk nut on it, getting rid of the fake Grover tuners that they put on there, and I had a set of Grover Deluxe tuners that I ended up putting on this thing. So that's done. Straightened out the neck, checked the frets to see if the frets were fucked up or anything. They're fine. There's nothing wrong with them. Next thing is to install the pickups that I got for it. Now I was kind of looking at the neck and the inlays in the neck, and it looks like that the inlays in the neck and the pickups are going to match just fine. So I'm going to start doing some desoldering. I got my soldering gun heating up. It's been heating up for a little while now, and I'm going to start desoldering some pickups and putting in some P90's. So if you want to watch, join me. Alright, so pay no mind to what it says on the top of the headstock, but here are the Grover Deluxe tuners, and I tell you, these are a lot better than what I took off those cheap Chibson Grovers that were on here. Got the nut on here, so that's done. I'm going to have to get the file it down a little bit. I'm going to have to get the action height, the first fret done, and get that all situated. Now if you hear any noise in the background, that's because I have the exhaust fan on, because of I don't like the smell of solder. So here we go. Let's see if I can focus this in a little bit better. Maybe doesn't want to. Alright, well here is the inside cavity, and they do the same thing that not Gibson, but Epiphone does with the three-way switch. And I need to get to this pot, and I need to get to that pot, and desolder some wires so I can go ahead and put the pickups in. So what I'm going to end up doing is desoldering and installing some P90's. Let's get to work a little bit here, or at least I'm going to get to work a little bit here. You know, I need a tripod for cell phones. Something that I could put my cell phone on and get a little bit closer of a view. Right now you guys are sitting on top of a shelf. And I got basically the phone kind of just balancing there. So I could probably zoom in. Maybe. I don't know. Let's see here. Nope, that's just adjusting the brightness. There we go. That kind of zoomed in a little bit. But now I'm going to have to kind of angle you guys a little bit different here. Yeah, didn't zoom in much. Hopefully it's in focus because I can't really see it. Alright, so what I got to do is this red wire here. And where's the other wire? There's a red wire and the blue wire is basically what I got to desolder. So I'm going to start with the blue wire first. Try not to get anything as far as mess anything up here, because I got everything kind of jam-packed pretty tight inside here, which is kind of a good thing, but let's see here. A pair of needle nose pliers so I can move some stuff around in here while I'm going to desolder and not disturb anything else. So here's the switch, which I'm going to disconnect that. It's got a little tab. You push the tab and you pull it apart. There you go. So let's get this out of the way. Wedge that someplace down here, which is not going to touch anything. Alright, so that's out of the way. Here is your ground wire for your bridge. Another ground wire for the two pots. And this yellow wire I have to move a little bit because they got the tone wire connected with the pickup wire. Remove these screws. Alright, so it doesn't look like they carved into back more when they end up putting the, can you even see this? Huh, I'm totally out of the frame. Well, here's the neck pickup. So I'm going to take the neck pickup out of its ring. Alright, so here is the neck pickup. And it's basically, it's a little bit shorter. Same size. Alright, so that's that. Go ahead and slide this through the hole. They've already stripped the wires for me. And that's the P90. That's one. Looks like they got different screws here for the pickup ring. Alright, so I got that wire through. And I put those screws with that pickup. Got the wire through. Now I want to do is solder this up. Now I want to cut off some of this wire here. So it doesn't have to be that long. I'm going to move some stuff out of the way again over here. This wire here is driving me nuts. Let's see if I can move it out of the way as well. Alright, so that's out of the way. Bring this wire around to this side over here. Alright, so that's the neck pickup. That's done. Got the bridge pickup here. Same configuration basically. It says bridge on it. And let's remove the other pickup wires. Shit, that's nice. This one was already disconnected. Alright, so I have the other P90, and then I gotta check the angle of the plate, make sure I'm putting it in the right direction. Okay, my driller screwdriver. Come on, get in there, you. Cut off the extra that I don't need of the ground wire. Okay, move these fucking wires out of the way because I don't want to mess them up. My pliers. I'm going to put some solder on top of that ground over here. Come on, get in there, bastard. There you go. Alright, so that's that wire. Now to connect the lead. Sure, I got everybody out of the way over here. Touching anything, that's for sure. Missed the hole. Can't see. Get it? I got it. Alright, so that's all done. Make sure no leads came off. Plug this puppy back in. Got my program on. Got my headphones on. Yep, this is all working. Alright, so that part is done. So this is kind of how it looks with the purloid and then the purloid on the pickups. So I can go ahead and put this back cover on and get some strings on here. Alright, so I am going to go with 10s on this puppy. Put my bridge back on. I do not like these bridges with the wire on them. I was just editing the video a little bit, the last video that I just put on here, and I have to apologize for the way that video came out. It came out pretty shitty. Yeah, I don't like how I was a little bit zoomed in and out of frame on quite a bit of stuff. So, alright, so I'm got the strings I'm putting on now. Am I hitting it? No, I'm not hitting it. Alright, so start off with a low E. I just give myself about a finger length of slack. And start winding things up here. Where's my little winder at? That little electric winder that I have sucks, so I've been using this thing here. And then the saddle. Now the nut action height on this thing is very, very high because I have to work on that. But I can get this thing going enough to where I'll start doing a little bit here and there. Alright, so I got the strings on. What I want to do is get this thing tuned up to pitch. Check the relief in the neck first. Sit on guitar. Alright, so I got the strings up to pitch right now, and what I want to do is check the relief in the neck before I do anything else. So I want my 12,000 shim, unplug the tuner, turn it off. My trusty Allen key for the truss rod. Let's see where this puppy's sitting at right now. I like that. 12,000. It's at 12,000s right now. Very, very high action height at the first fret. pretty high action height at the 12th fret or 17th fret. These pickups are nowhere near where they're supposed to be right now. And it is pushing 1 o'clock in the morning. So thanks for watching. Thanks for following me on this. Thanks for subscribing. And yeah, I'm not going to do anything for tonight. The only thing that I might want to do is pop this nut out and shift it over just a little bit. Or maybe not. No, I think I'm okay. Got an even amount of space on both sides as far as the string in the first fret is. So I think I'll leave it there. Oh. Alright, so I'm done for today. You guys take it easy and have a good one.